man, we got some more quarterback action shooting up the draft board. Apparently, I seen a mock draft that had Anthony Richardson being surprised and going number 2 to the Houston Texans. So Anthony Richardson, it went for him kind of being maybe a mid to late first round pick, to him being inside the top 10. And to him being inside the top 3 very, very fast. And, and what that mean for the Lions. So, I mean, obviously, Bryce Young is getting hurt by Tua, what's going on with Tua and Baker Mayfield. And obviously you've seen what's going on with Kyler Murray with the injury. And now the NFL, they thought it was cool to, do some things with some smaller quarterbacks. And they thought it was cool to do some things with some smaller quarterbacks. But, Baker Mayfield kind of failed. Kyler Murray got injured. Drew Brees retired. He kind of opened the window. And now Baker Mayfield may well be a bust. But, there's plenty of quarterbacks above the status quo 6'2", height that's bust and fail. But Anthony Richardson is going to rise up draft boards because he's a physical freak. And you hear some of the things that they describe him as having a great arm, great deep accuracy, great movement in the pocket, great anticipation. And that's the thing. He's an athletic kid, and he's kind of raw mechanically, but he already got natural deep accuracy, and he already good at anticipating windows. You can clean up the mechanics. But then you ask yourself real quick, is Houston really the team you want to see that kid go to? The organization is just, wherever Patriots go, it's not a good look. And whatever reason the Patriots keep getting people in a position of power, and they keep failing. Coaches, front office, man, the whole nine. So it's interesting. But with him rising, it honestly doesn't really affect the Lions. It does affect the Lions, but it doesn't affect you in 2 of the guys that you probably really, really interested in when it comes to especially Jalen Carter, which is a hot name because the talent and the need is there. And you can thank Baker Mayfield for not, doing his job and keep losing games, for us not being high enough to get them. I said in the previous video, the Seahawks are going to extend Geno Smith. So so right then and there, they probably going to take Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. Like the Raiders want to jump up to number 1 with the Bears and get a quarterback. So, once you look at it, we going to have to move up to get Jalen Carter unless he falls due to back interview medical or somebody really rise. But what Anthony Richardson does, if he does continue to rise from the late first, middle first, top 10, top 5, and the top 3, if he continues to rise, what that does give the Lions is more leverage to trade down. That's what it does. It gives them more leverage to accumulate picks. I talked about, or will talk about, depending on the video go up, the Carolina Panthers scenario, in which the Panthers offered us 40, I think it was 62 and 9 for 6. And that was a 49er second round pick I think they got. Me personally, I want 40 and 6. If you didn't see the video ain't went up yet. I want Dave for second round pick, which is 40 and 9 for 6. And where the Lions possess a lot of leverage at, and where Richardson kick in at, apparently Bryce Young is falling before he gets a chance to do anything. And it's too bad he didn't get a chance to solidify himself in the national playoff stage. But you know everything you need to know about the kid. And the reason he's sliding is because of Tua, Baker Mayfield. That's why he's sliding. You know what I'm saying? And like it or not, Kyler Murray, not the injury, just everything you're hearing about Kyler Murray and being selfish and all that. And then, you know, because he under 6 foot quarterback. So with Baker, Kyler Murray, you know, Tua Tagovailoa, and him and Tua going to the same school. Now people looking at it different. Now Jalen Hurts is a hot name. You know, now people looking at Jalen Hurts being a hot name. Now Richardson, athletic, can throw. Mechanics just need to be cleaned up. Some team is going to be willing to work with a raw, I wouldn't even say raw, just a raw mechanically. They're going to be able to work with them. But when you get drafted that high, they want you to produce now. It's now or never, which in the Houston, Texas organization, they are dumb enough, they are stupid enough to do so. They are. So I don't really think any of the quarterbacks is ready to play right now, not named Bryce Young. And you can make a case for Bryce Young not being ready to play right now too. Because he probably physically needs to get built up a little bit. But in a scenario of Richardson rising, somebody got to fall. And with Bryce Young, you know, being smaller and them not being the profitable, them not being the hot names right now, and had Baker succeeded or Kyler would have went on a run and not got injured, and they would have did a better job surrounding Kyler, then you probably would see Bryce Young, you know, his stock raise. But then the Lions get into being in a position to be able to bargain and not only be able to leverage, well, we can take Bryce Young. We got number 17, 2 second-round picks. We'll just take them if you don't give us what you want. And also, you can leverage them against other teams that might need a quarterback like the Jets. You know, you can leverage him against other teams that might give you known commodities on top of picks or whatever. So you got a lot of leverage over Carolina. And you being in front of Carolina, you know, and Richardson rising, guess what? If Richardson don't rise, maybe Carolina like, well, we got Frank Weiss. We could work with Anthony Richardson. He could fall to us, and we could sit there and wait. He was said to go about 16 to the Washington football team or the Commanders, whatever the hell they calling themselves right now. That's where he was set to go. You know? And now he rising, so guess what? Do you like Will, Levis? And it might be Will Levis gonna probably go in front of him too. He probably gonna go to the Indianapolis Colts. So you're gonna probably have Stroud go 1. Richardson can go somewhere right there according to this mock. 2. Think Arizona 3, they probably gonna take Will Anderson. I think 4 is Seattle via Denver. They gonna take Carter. 5, Indianapolis gonna have an opportunity. They gonna have to. We don't know who their head coach is. They either gonna pick between Levis and Bryce Young. And if size and just physical arm talent, they gonna get wooed by Will Levis. Fit the demographic for Indianapolis, big arm, talented kid. They probably gonna get wooed by that. They gonna go Levis, and then you probably gonna have let's Bryce rise some way. Then you probably gonna have Bryce there. And if you Detroit and you like him, you probably take him. If you don't like him, you fake like you like him, you give him a lot of interest. Same thing with Levis if he fall. You fake like you like him. So somebody like Carolina, the Jets, and somebody give you a king's ransom. So not only will they be able to leverage taking the guy, as long as they don't give Jared Goff nothing past a 2-year contract extension or something like that, now you able to leverage. Or we could take Bryce Young. So you ain't even got to depend on them calling around, say, well, the Raiders interested or with the Jets. No. Now you in a position to be like, well, we can leverage that. We like him. We going to take him. If you really like him, give us 940 and we need a future second or third. Or give us 940, we want a future first for him. If not, we going to take him. And Carolina's so desperate for a quarterback, they probably going to do it. Then don't say the Jets interested or the Commanders interested in giving you a king's ransom. It's gonna be like you the Chicago Bears. That's what it's gonna be like you the Chicago Bears, like you number one, because you got the last quarterback that's gonna be sitting on the board in the first round. So that's what you want. That's what you want. So not only you don't need to depend on another team to solidify your leverage. You know, you are the leverage. And you might not have zero interest in Bryce Young. None. Oh, he don't fit what we want to do. But you fake like you do. You might not have no leverage in Will Levis. But you fake like you got leverage. You fake it. You fake it. You fake it because now they gonna get antsy in the pants, and then it becomes the cherry on top when other teams start throwing you offers. The Jets, the Commanders, this team, that team. Now it's rising the price up on Carolina. Now they rising the price up on yourself, and at that point, guess what? You bring back the Kings run. So they're in a great position. They're in a really, really good position. So it's getting interesting. But hopefully nobody have a medical issue or do nothing dumb. You know, and then you know, in the back half of the draft, 17 becomes important. A little bonus talk. Now 17 becomes important. You say, how does 17 become important? If they reach for Richardson, what about Tanner McKee, whatever the kid from Stanford? There's other quarterbacks. Other teams might start to get desperate. They might start to get desperate. So now 17, you can leverage 17 too. So it's interesting, but hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Link tree, the first link in the description. Peace.